Big 10 championship game. We have Ohio State coming into this game at 12-0. They're going to be facing Wisconsin, who is 10-2 on the season. And this is part 2 of Ohio State versus Wisconsin in 2019. The last time these two teams played, Wisconsin hung with Ohio State for the first half. And after the second half, it just fell apart. And a big reason why it fell apart was because basically they couldn't move the ball on offense. Now, the defense was very good. The defense actually got 4 or 5 sacks on Justin Fields. So the question is, can Wisconsin score some points in this game? And can the offense sustain enough drives to have a chance of beating Ohio State? Now, the question for me is, can Wisconsin keep this game close enough going into the fourth quarter that they give themselves a chance to win? All you got to do is just make it into the fourth quarter. And that's when the upsets happen. When you look at a lot of historic upsets, all of them, the team was able to get into the fourth quarter. So the question is, can Wisconsin score enough points, have a good enough defense in this game to hang with Ohio State and get into the fourth quarter? Then you get into the fourth quarter, that's when things can go your way if you're Wisconsin. Now, for Ohio State, Justin Fields, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be 100%. I actually saw a quote a couple of hours ago about Justin Fields saying he's playing in the Big 10 championship game, whatever it takes. So with that quote coming out, that indicates to me that Justin Fields is not going to be 100%. Now, Justin Fields being 100% still doesn't really worry me that much, because the reason why is because Ohio State runs the ball 6% of the time anyway. So, I mean, they run they're top 15 in the country and rushing play calls per game. So, they run the ball 6% of the time anyway. So, it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, Justin Fields, I still think Justin Fields is going to be good enough that he's going to be able to complete some passes. He might not be as effective as he normally is when he's healthy when it comes to running the football, but I still think he's going to be good enough to win this game or give Ohio State a chance to win this game. Now, if you're Wisconsin, you have to take that as a positive if you're Wisconsin. Justin Fields is not going to be 100%. So the question is, how good would Justin Fields be going into this game? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be good enough to complete a couple of passes, but is he going to be 70% or is he going to be 80%? And how much is his injury status on that knee going to affect what he's going to be able to do when it comes to running the football? So if you're Wisconsin, you're licking your chops at this game, because that's one positive factor that Wisconsin has going into this game, is that Justin Fields is not going to be 100%. Because now you don't really have to worry about the mobility coming to bite you in the butt like he did the last game. Because Justin Fields, not only was he killing them throwing the football, but he was also able to escape a couple of sacks as well. Now in this game, Justin Fields not being 100%, he's not going to have the same mobility he had a couple of weeks ago. So that's a positive for Wisconsin. So if you're Wisconsin and you're this head coaching staff of Wisconsin, you got to devise a game plan to help out your offense score some points. Now, last week versus Minnesota, I saw Wisconsin dig into the bag of tricks, and I actually saw something innovative besides running a halfback gut and a halfback gut play all entire game to Jonathan Taylor. They were doing some innovative sweep plays. They had a couple of nice tricky run plays. But the question is, can they move the ball down the field passing? Now, against Minnesota, they also, not only did they have a couple of tricky running plays, but they were also able to have success throwing the football. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's Minnesota. But Minnesota has one of the better secondaries in all of college football. A lot of people in that Minnesota secondary, they're going to be playing on Sundays. So, can Wisconsin have some success in the passing game? That's really the big reason, probably the biggest reason why they lost to Ohio State, was because they couldn't throw the football. And if you want to beat Ohio State, you have to be able to throw the football. And that's easier said than done, because they have two great corners. You got Jeffrey Okudah and you got Shaun Wade. So, can Wisconsin and his offense stop relying on Jonathan Taylor so much and have some consistency in the passing game? Can these wide receivers create some separations and have some big plays in the passing game? Because look, You can run the football all you want to. You're going to have to be able to throw the ball, put the ball in the air, if you want to be able to if you want to be able to win this game if you're Wisconsin. Now, looking at my keys to victory, what both of these teams will be able to do to win this game, for Wisconsin, you obviously, the wide receivers got to be able to create separation. If the wide receivers aren't able to create separation, then this game is most likely going to end up being a massacre, like what it was last time in the second half. So these wide receivers have to be able to create separation, and they have to be able to make plays in the passing game, specifically on third downs. The next thing they had to be able to do to win this game, they had to be able to get pressure on Justin Fields. Now, last time they played Ohio State, I believe they had 4 sacks or 5 sacks. I can't necessarily remember. I want to say it was 5. You got to be able to get pressure on Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields obviously is going to be 100%. So, I'm not expecting Justin Fields to be as effective when it comes to his ability to run the football as he is when he's fully healthy. So, if you're Wisconsin, you got to keep Justin Fields. You got to get a lot of pressure on Justin Fields. Like, they were able to do that in the first half of the last time they played, the last game. And then I don't know what happened to the pass rush in the second half. But this pass rush has to be able to get pressure on Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields, his knee, he's not going to be 100%. So he's not going to be able to do what he was able to do last time when it came to extending plays and running for big chunk plays and things like that because of that knee. Now he's going to be able to a little bit, but the mobility isn't going to be the same as it would be if he was fully healthy. So if you're Wisconsin, you got to be able to get pressure on Justin Fields. And with Justin Fields not coming into this game 100%, that's something that's going to benefit you because his mobility isn't really going to be as good as it would be if he's fully healthy. So if you're Wisconsin, you got to be able to take advantage of it. You need to get pressure on Justin Fields. The last thing Wisconsin needs to be able to do is they have to be able to stop Chase Young. Listen, you cannot let Chase Young dictate the outcome of this game. If you're Wisconsin, you have a lot of it. You produce some of the best offensive linemen in all of college football, and most of them end up going in the first round and end up playing in the NFL. So if you're Wisconsin, I need to see those offensive linemen stop Chase Young. Now, what Wisconsin can do to stop Chase Young, they can take a tip out of Michigan's book last week. Michigan was able to stop Chase Young. Chase Young had an impact in that Michigan game, but wasn't as big as the impact that we've seen Chase Young had in all the other games that we've seen Ohio State play in. So they need to take a book out of Michigan, double team him, then chip him with a halfback or a tight end, but keep him out the game. You got to keep him out the game because, look, if Chase Young breaks to his game, it's over for Wisconsin, okay? Especially if it comes to passing the football. When it gets down to passing downs, I mean, Wisconsin is doomed, okay, if they're not able to stop Chase Young. So you got to be able to stop Chase Young. Now, for Ohio State, the only thing I have for Ohio State is stop the run. You stop the run, you win this game easily. Because Wisconsin is just too one-dimensional. Too one-dimensional. So if you're Ohio State, you got to be able to stop the run. That shouldn't really be that hard because you were able to do it last time, and you got Chase Young in this game. So, I mean, look, if you're Ohio State, stack the box, force Wisconsin to beat you throwing the football. I don't care if you send 8 guys, 7 guys, just stack the box, stop the run, stop Jonathan Taylor, and force Wisconsin to put the ball in the air, and force Wisconsin's wide receivers to make plays on your 2 future first-round corners, and Shaun Wade and Jeffrey Okudah. That's all what Ohio State has to do. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm taking Ohio State. Now, I know Wisconsin fans really can't be upset about the prediction. And I'm pretty sure you Wisconsin fans knew that this was coming. But, I mean, look, I like Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin has a better chance of winning this game than what they did last time because Justin Fields is not coming into this game 100%. Obviously, with the quote that he had a couple of hours ago saying he's playing in the BIG-10 championship game, whatever it takes, he'll be ready. So with that statement, he's obviously not going to be 100% going into this game. So with Justin Fields not being 100%, this game could end up having a different outcome than what it did last time, with Wisconsin's ability to get pressure on the quarterback if they're able to get a solid pass rush and be able to get pressure on Justin Fields, which also you don't have to worry about the mobility of Justin Fields that much, because he really won't be able to do as much damage as he would be able to do if he was 100%. So that's also something you had to take into account. So I think Ohio State wins this game 31-14. Now, look, I think this game will have a similar role. I think this game will be in fairly close going into halftime. Then after that, I think Ohio State just pulls away. And I mean, look, although I did say Justin Fields being injured is going to be a factor, Ohio State still runs the ball 60% of the time anyway. And when we look at this offensive line for Ohio State, this is one of the best run-blocking offensive lines in all the country. They're big, they're athletic, and they're nasty. And I like Wisconsin up front. But look, eventually in the second half, that offense isn't going to be able to sustain drives. And eventually that defense is going to get tired. Then Ohio State is going to be able to wear them down through the run game with J.K. Dobbins. So I'm going to take Ohio State to win this game 31-14. Let me know who you guys have winning this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and college football videos. And thanks for watching.